Hello, everybody, and welcome back for episode 2 of Good Company Let's Play. Today is the reckoning. All of these people who will survive, for half of them will not see the end of this episode. Sorry, folks. All right, so today, or yesterday, we finished off by achieving our milestone 2. Milestone 2 is where we get our new chemistry table, our workbench, and our electronics workbench. What that means is all of the production that we are doing right now, that are currently all of the items that we are producing right now, that we are producing at 10 seconds per craft, will go down to 4 seconds per craft, which means the work that we can do with 2 tables, we can now do with 1 table, meaning that these folks, most of them will not see the end. But first, a quick note. Yesterday, we had a patch. So yesterday, the devs added a lot of camera movement, so we can now move independent of our character. And we can go right back to our character by hitting the by hitting the home key or just moving. By hitting the tab key, we have this camera lock and unlock. So I can just press against the edges if I am in camera lock and move, and it will recenter, or unlock, and I can use the WASD keys. And many other changes, such as being able to change crafting from across the world or access shelves from across the world. An amazing patch and really helps with the quality of life. But let's get going in today's episode. We finished some research yesterday, so we will select a new research. One thing I want to note is I'm always doing things in the pause menu. I do that because I don't want my phases, if I can ever find them, I don't want my phases to get ahead of me. So as I'm creating, I have phases of my calculator and my game device, and every time my phase goes up, the complexity of the item increases. So if I'm ever looking at something or pausing to look at my factory, I want to do that in the pause menu, and that's going to help me elongate those phases so that I can get the production that I need, which that in this case will be the programmable circuit. So I can get all the production I need done before the phases get ahead of me. So in this case, we're going to start revamping our factory. We're going to use our new basic workbenches in this room. So these 2 folks here, we're going to get rid of that table, which means that Felicity, Roy Jockers, Felicity, thank you for your service. This is one of those weird things about the game where I always have this weird sense of guilt when I fire somebody. But you know, that is the way of life. And yeah, there's no way to undo that, is there? Because, well, all right. So you are going to go here, and your new items will still come from there, and you will still place them there. And we should be good. Yep. And we're not going to use wooden cases on these folks or simple cases, because in last episode we switched from the simple case at 4 research per analyst desk per 20 seconds to wooden cases every 6 seconds. We could go to the stylish case, and we might go to the stylish case later in this episode. That is an excellent next research to get. So that room being done, I'll tell you what, we are going to use, we're going to pause, we're going to use the new camera movement and just go through like this. So let's see. We are, so Apostolus, don't you worry. You're not going anywhere, Apostolus. You know, Apostolus, where are you? Come here, buddy. All right. Real talk. Real talk, man. Don't you worry. We got your back, Apostolus. Don't you worry. All right. Sometimes you form loyalties with characters. All right. However, let's see. That bench, this bench, this bench, this bench and this bench are no longer needed. So we will, let's see. Zalata, man, I think you're cool, dude. I think you're cool. Leonardo, Harrison, Penny. Penny Lane is in my ear, doesn't have a job. Da 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 da. So bad. Okay, so see your way out. Security will have your last check. Harrison, didn't I, no, I'm not gonna go. Yes, sir. Yes, you are. Now, these folks that are remaining, we are going to remove their desks, and they're all probably panicking right now, but don't you worry, especially you, Zabata. We're going to do, or Apostolus. Don't you worry, you're not going anywhere. Let's see. We are going to keep using, obviously, because that's what the blueprint is, the simple case for this. And same thing, you're going to get your, did I really do that? You're going to move your item to there. The other folks, and I'm just hitting the 1, 2, and 3 key to navigate through this. The other folks, let's see, we need 2 batteries, so we'll use our chemical table. And we're doing this because, oh, we can actually make this a little bit more compact. So now that we're using 2, and we're, again, we were going at 10 per craft. We're now going at 4 seconds per craft. And we need 2 items for every assembly table. And since the assembly tables go at 10 seconds, every 10 seconds, and the batteries are every 4 seconds, all we need is 2. Now that we've got a little more compact design, we can slide this over. And what you'll find is that we'll go ahead and set this one up. We're going to hit our 2 button, and we're going to say bring your batteries to here. So we kind of have to, since we move the desks or replace the desks, kind of have to remind them of what to do. And what we'll see, oh, and I've also changed their desks, so I have to tell them where they're now working again. So Lisa, Apostolus, Wagner, there you go. And what you're going to see is these folks right here, they're now able to work by barely moving. And in fact, I think we can get that a little better if we move this right here, I believe. What I'm trying to do is get these 2 so that they can work. And there is a way to do it, and maybe it's there. So they're going to take 1 step. Well, we're going backwards. We're going to figure that out later. Okay, let's get these folks working because we need to get back to producing. So we need a simple circuit. We need an LED array. And that is going to be also in our chemistry table. So we're going to do 4 chemistry tables in total. And we're going to assign them. We're going to assign Karina and Daniel back to their respective desks. And again, just get your materials from here and from here. It already knows to bring it back there because we set that up. And of course, Penny Olson, not the other Penny that we fired, will be bringing all of the materials to and fro. Okay, so that is our revamp of our factory. So you can see the space savings that we have, which is pretty incredible. Pretty incredible space savings. So what should we do with all of our space? There are a couple of options. Now we've got 4 desks, or 2 desks total, to create 2 items. Do you think that we have enough room to create 2 more desks for each and maybe another simple case so that we can create not 2 assembly desks, but 4 assembly desks? Let's take a look and see if that is something that we want to do. So our calculator is already deep into phase 2, and this is a P1 calculator. I'm going to hit my B key, and we can go into the blueprints. And this is a phase 1 calculator because we built it using the phase 1 requirements. And you can see that if we're going to make a new calculator, they have added the requirement of a processing, which is a circuit. So we'll need to add that. So even though we've got the space, I'm going to say that we are not going to build a 4 more desks for these guys because we really only have about 40 days left of in this phase. Well, we have a little bit more than that. And our market is up to about 20, so we can sell a maximum of 20. We can discount our product and maybe raise up our potential sales to meet that 20. However, we're making about 12 right now. We're using full price. We're at 13 or so. I'm going to be happy with that. I would like to buy this building, but because our blueprint that we made at the end of last episode, our P1 game device, is pretty simple in that it only takes 1 battery, so that's going to be 1 table to create 2 of these, enough time for the assemblers, 1 LED array, 1 LED matrix, meaning that we need an LED array for this LED matrix. So 1 table, 2 tables, 1 to go to the assembler and 1 to go to the matrix, and 1 matrix table plus a case, right? So I think that we can build this in this room. 1, 2. Pretty tight, pretty tight. We lay that out there. We bring those folks. That's 1, that's the array, that's the matrix. It's 3 plus those 2 plus another case. You know, let's mock it up, because if we don't have to spend this money right now, then maybe in the future we'll find a better use. So let's go ahead, and if it doesn't work, we can move it. So let's start with our case. I believe that we are going to use a wooden case for this, and in fact it's got the wood down here. This doesn't show what case is used in the blueprint, even though you're looking here, but we know from last episode that we used a case. Now another way to do that is just to plunk down an assembly table right here. And now that we can do all of this from across the room, I don't have to travel over here. And sure enough, we do have the wooden case. Now, if I just wanted to do that, I could actually delete it and get a full refund on that. So never be afraid to just delete something and bring it back as needed. So we want to create 2 of those. So we know that we need a couple of desks. We're going to start with our basic workbench. And it's going to be very similar to what we had. We have these for the simple case. We're going to bring this back, but we don't want them to share these shelves. So we're going to kind of make this independent. In case we ever want to move this build, we can do that. So we're just going to have him bring his cases to here. And we're going to hire everybody after we know that we have enough room. And I think that we do. But never feel constrained. If you want to expand to a different room, expand to a different room. It's not a problem. So we're going to need 1 for the LED array, another for the LED array to support the LED matrix. So 1 of these will be to go to the assemblers. 1 of these will go to the matrix here. You can see that it needs an LED array, a circuit board. We need a circuit board as well. I think that, in fact, we should move. Because let's finish this out and we'll take a look at why. Electronics, so we need I believe a simple circuit. Is that correct? No, a single cell battery. So that's going to be another chemistry table. So it's another one of these. So because we've already got this set up over here, we can probably add a desk to here. And in fact, I'm going to make this, oh, we can't. So I like this setup for the 3 desks. So you have kind of one aligned against this, creating an L, and then another one here. And then for the 4 desks, I like this setup here. One cool thing about this, if you're ever doing this setup and they're all sharing the same items, go ahead and take a medium shelf and you can put it here. Or if you have the space, you can put it here. But you want to make sure that they always have room to walk around. So those are 2 different options for the placement of the shelf for a setup like this if they're all sharing. So we've got that now. Okay, so now that we're sharing this, and here's a cool thing, they can actually share all of the materials. All we're doing is making another one of these. So because of that, we're going to go ahead and just share all of this, and it's already going to go right in there. And I'll show now that we want these folks to be operating on their own table. So how do we split the batteries between this table and this table? Well, we can have it go. You can see it's already going here. You can also bring it over here. It's going to ask us our priority. So our priorities are going to go up to, I believe, 5 or 4 and down, so like very low priority. We're going to bump this up to say 3 because we need 2 batteries here and we only need 1 battery here. We'll bring that to 2. I'm still playing around with the priorities, so I'm hoping that I'm doing that correctly. And then of course that battery is going to go here as soon as we select here. Going back to our 2, and they're for right now, they're going to bring their items directly over. For now. That might change. And now, okay, so I think that now with this compact design, I think we can go ahead and squeeze in a circuit board. And we'll go ahead and just tuck that right in here. And the circuit board will need metal and plastic. So you can see that I really like these small shelves. For this one, I'm actually going to use a corner shelf because the corner shelf is pretty cool. If you set a corner shelf kind of like this, right? So that's kind of what it is here. The delivery person can walk around and they don't have to kind of walk around the corner. They can just, here you go. And then this person can just turn around and grab it right there. So corner desks can actually be used for pretty efficient layout designs. And we're going to use the corner shelf here. Now for this one, we're going to do a pretty traditional design with our small shelf. So let's go ahead and get this all laid out. We're going to go into hit the number 2 key, and we're going to bring over to our corner shelf here. We're going to bring over metal and plastic. So please bring plastic here and metal to the corner shelf. Now, there we go. And then we're going to assign that to here, and he's going to bring his circuit boards back to his shelf like we've done everything else. Now, these circuit boards need to be used in the LED array. So we're going to bring them to the LED array shelf that can be shared. And the LED arrays are going to need electronics, which we already have on order, and those will go there. And now that we've got our shelf fully loaded, we can say our quick and drags and bring it back. Now we can't forget our matrix. So our matrix needs 1 LED array. So we've got the LED arrays here. And we're going to bring that over, which we've already done there. Now, we're going to bring over an LED matrix and an LED array over there. And let's make sure that we have everything set up. I always like to check because in this particular case, for some reason, we didn't connect our electronics parts. So always worth checking of where they're going to go. And then, of course, we need to bring our LED array. Oops. Did we mess this up? That goes there, that goes there, that goes there, and then it goes to the from this shelf to that shelf. The electronic parts are going here, and then they're going to all three of those. The LED array is going here, and it's going down. And might not know, yeah. Every time you see this warning sign, it's a sign to slow down. What do we do? What's going wrong? And those should not go there. Again, sometimes you move too quick, and we have all of our spaces reserved for our calculator. We know that we're only creating 12 calculators, so we're just going to reserve our 12 slots, and that should be fine. And this is one of the things about building 2 items in one room. Really, the limiting factor beyond space is how many items you can sell, because sometimes they can stack up, and you don't want one product not being able to be sold because another product, doesn't have the space. We're going to connect that. So now we can hire our staff, and we're all set. So we're going to hire the people, hitting our 3 key or just hitting the button up here. We need 1 extra person for our table. So we'll go ahead and hire Carla, and she will go here. We'll need 1 person to work our circuits. Vladimir, sir. And you can see all the tables that can take an employee are highlighted in blue here. Vladimir will go here. Now this I'm going to start doing in the unpause menu because I want my delivery person to start delivering items as I'm setting these up. So here, and Bola, please go here. Craig, please work with Bola to create those. And now we just have our assembly tables. So he's waiting on his circuits. So it looks like we're waiting on a lot of parts, right? And that's probably because we don't have enough. This one person, poor Penny, is delivering too many items to too many tables, and she can't quite keep up with demand. So let's give her some help. Let's have Vanna go ahead and help her out. Now, the other thing that we have to look at, why are you going way down here? Why did you... Oh, because that is our other delivery person. Okay. Now, why are these waiting for circuits? Well, if we look at what is in green, this logistics workplace can cover this shelf, and this shelf, and this one can cover these 2 shelves, right? But we don't have anybody covering this shelf. So there's 2 options. Obviously, we can add another logistics station and another employee, but I would rather see if we can save that employee and not have to hire another employee and move our shelf here. And look at that. Now everybody can be happy. I'm going to go ahead and give Zuri some help. We had just completed our programmable circuit research. So because we're prioritizing research, every time we get a new research, we're going to stop what we're doing and go ahead and pick a new research. So these compartments and other things are used in some bots and other things. We're not going to get into bots right now, so we're going to kind of focus in our items up here. So we're going to go ahead and try this other battery here and go ahead and do the research for that. And yeah, so we need to get Zuri some help with the with that logistics station. So Zuri and Zlatan, you are going to help out there. So he is waiting on his parts. We're going to go ahead and reserve him an extra slot for his circuit boards. Why isn't he getting the metal? Let's take a look. Well, it's because we are not ordering any metal. So we need to order the metal before we can use the metal. That makes logical sense. So we weren't ordering it. So even though he was waiting on it, it wasn't on order. And here it is. It's being delivered. And there's our metal. So it will now be delivered by Penny and Vanna. And here it comes. So these people can now work. And he's going to create. Now watch how he's able to create on this corner desk. Boom, he's just turning around. And boom, he's right back. And that person can just stop and deliver. And these folks here, because of the way that we've laid this out, he's just turning around. And this person, ooh, did you see what she was doing? She walked all the way over. Why are you doing that? And that's because, for some reason, we had her walk all the way down. We don't want that. Please don't do that. Please grab them from here. So, it's one of those things like, every time you finish a build, just slow down, make sure that everybody's operating and moving and moving and grooving the way that they need to. I've done on many playthroughs, in fact, our Twitch live stream that we do every day at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time on Twitch for Sonder LFE. I have made many mistakes where I've left a room and sure enough, like something like this, we didn't hire for these people. So they're making all the parts, but no one's making the actual products. So Drake and Iva. So I just kind of want to go a little slow. Always want to figure it out. What's going on? And do we have anybody for here? No, we don't. So, these batteries are really great. These double stack batteries. These are fantastic batteries. So we need someone creating the shelves. Are the, let's see. Iva, please work here. And she'll create the cases. So I saw in a second ago where these people were waiting on chemicals. Let's just make sure that they're getting enough and that they're not running out. Okay. It might just be a throughput issue. We'll keep an eye on that. You're waiting on wood. Why are you waiting on wood? Again, we're not ordering it. All of these small little mistakes cost us time, money, and resources. So as soon as that gets delivered, which every day is a delivery, every 15 seconds is a day. And here it is. Boom. And now she can create. So in last week's episode, oh, they're waiting on electronic parts. Always like to monitor, do we have enough parts coming in? Because we expanded, look at this, we're out of parts. So we never really want to run out of parts in our incoming zone. So we're going to order some more. And if they're not being used, we won't have to rebuy these every week. Just that what is unused will get repurchased every week. So I think that we're good. I think we're good here. But when in doubt, it's always good to just kind of check. You can go into fast forward mode. And look at that. We're getting really low on chemicals. I think we're going to be good on the supplies that we have. Good. All right. So we've crammed in two operations. We're now making our cute little game device, our P1 game device, our calculator. We will start making money. And again, this is something to be careful of, and this is what we talked about in last episode. Sure, we can buy this building at $35,000. We have $60,000. I think we began the episode at about $80,000. But we can see that it takes time to get things up and running and the parts delivered and all of that stuff. So we want to make sure that, I like to make sure that we have double, if not 150% of the cost of a new building. So in this case, $35,000. If I had, say, $100,000, I could comfortably buy the building, get the tables, and hire the people, and get all the delivery, fix all the little mistakes that that we've made during this episode, and kind of get everything moving and grooving. Now that look, we're up to $4,000 a week now. That's pretty good. But you don't want to go into bankruptcy while you're getting everything set up. Why are we waiting? What's going on here? Is it just because? Always look. So we're waiting. So we just had our weekly markets update. We sold 12 calculators for a total of $8,700, 7 game devices for a total of $6,000. That would probably go up because we were working on some throughput issues here. So we just want to make sure that, you know, we got enough products being made, being delivered. Battery stack is completed. Great. Let's finish that out. And at some point, we're going to get access to a new product. So I was kind of anticipating it being done now, or having a new product by now. So we'll go ahead and research the beeper, because that might unlock a new product for us. Look at this. We're waiting. I'm tempted to add another person. My rule of thumb is one logistics person should carry 2 devices. So let's, for example, Penny can deliver the wooden cases and the plastic cases, right? And that would leave Vanna to deliver 2 batteries to here, which she can do in 1 stack, 1 battery to here, so that's 2 trips, plus the LED arrays, which are going here, that's 1 trip. So we might be taxing our people here. And look, we've got 3 wooden cases here. They're waiting on wooden cases. So, when in doubt, go ahead and hire a new person, because the cost of that person is probably going to be less than what it is costing you in not having that, that item being delivered. Now, I'm going to show you a quick tip. These circuits develop every crafting time they deliver. They make 10. So this shelf fills up really quick. Oh, here's our beeper. Wow, we're blazing through that. That didn't unlock a new product. So I guess we're going to go into our small compartments. Ooh, look at that. 8,000 that week. So I'm going to go ahead and remove some stress from our logistics network, because this guy is really just standing around, and I think Zuri has better things to do with her time. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the pause button, and I'm going to switch up the logistics here. No longer is he going to deliver his circuit boards to this shelf. We're still going to have the products delivered to the shelf, but we're going to say when you finish your circuit board, go ahead and bring it directly in and deliver it yourself. Why won't that let us do that? Because, okay. Oh, because we're still going to our shelf. So from our chemistry table, you're going to take it directly in. So we can have the backup of still going here. We're not going to try that. We're not going to do that. We're just going to say bring it directly in. And now I think we can make this a little bit more ergonomic for everybody. So now, Zuri and Zlatan, great names, are going to deliver the items directly here. He's going to pick those up, and then he's going to carry them over there once there's space. So once there's space, he will bring those over there. Again, I always like to just make sure that we have our products going to the right spot. See, he's sitting there waiting, being like, yo, I need to deliver this. Every now and then, just, you know, reassign him to the table. They're just standing around like that. Okay, so that's going to be the end of our episode. I think that because we awarded our wonderful Apostolos with a awesome carpet saluta diem, salute the day, I believe that is, we are going to go ahead and let's see who's done. Ooh, 100,000 for a fish tank. Well, I don't quite think that we should do that. Who's really been a rock star these days? You know, I think Zuri has really been putting some steps in. She's been putting her steps in. So let's go ahead and get her a plant, and that way every time she walks by, she has a beautiful little plant. Of course, Sonder. Hey, Sonder, you're just right in the way. I'm sorry, sir. I'll move. Thank you, sir. I am so addicted to this new way of moving around. I think this plant's a little small. What about that plant? You know, she's walking by there. I think it's a hazard. Ooh, 50,000. Oof, I almost purchased that. Well, that would be a bad idea. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Okay. There we go. So now she's got a beautiful little plant every time she walks by. Makes you feel a little better. Okay, so that should be our episode. Ooh, we're going to unlock something here. Let's just take a quick look. Small compartment. Oh, look at this. We have unlocked a cleaner bot, a brand new production item to go along with our game devices, our calculators. We now have a game bot. We're going to set our research. Let's see. Let's go ahead and make a DC motor. Spoiler alert, I know that cleaner bots need motors, so we will go ahead and unlock that. And I think in next episode, we will take a look at the cleaner bot. Maybe we'll buy the cleaner bot. Maybe we'll unlock the next building. We're making really good profit. Look at this. 12 calculators and 8 game devices are being sold. That is fantastic. That is really good profit. So this is our, we'll look at our markets next episode. So we'll look at the cleaner bot. We will continue our research, and we will expand beyond these 2 rooms because I think that we're reaching our limit, and we might even start researching not the wooden case, but maybe the stylish case in next episode. Hitting our home key there. So, Sonder, any last words for this episode? No, sir. I think we did really well. Me too. Okay, I think we're good for this episode. Thanks, everybody. If you liked this episode, please like and subscribe. I am a new YouTuber, so any likes and subscribes really help me out. And also check out our daily live stream on Twitch at 10:30, Monday through Friday. At 10:30 on Twitch, look for Sonder LFE or the link in the description. Thanks, everybody, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you later. What, you're still here? Go away. Stop looking at me.